Well, welcome back, y'all. So the unfinished barn, as you can see, man, we got lightning and thunder. It's serving its purpose yet again, even though it's not complete. We are still in the midst of Tropical Storm Cristobal, however you pronounce his name. So it has rained all night long, and I mean all night long. I need to go check the gauge. We've got several inches of rain. I don't know how much. It just kept waking us up. It's so loud on that camper roof. Cannot wait to get it underneath the building here so it's not just beating right on the roof. So today's plan, there is no work I can get done in weather like this. So we're gonna fire up the old Oklahoma Joe here. It's mid-morning. We've got a couple huge Boston butts, a couple of hams, and we're gonna smoke today. Or also, if it ever slacks up, I'm gonna cut a little more okra out of the garden. I've already got some. We're gonna do some fried okra with this meal too. So I'm trying to include a lot of stuff out of the garden as I can. And we'll take a quick peek around. Needless to say, I'm not watering the garden no time soon, so that's good. This is taking one chore off of me. So let's go inside and get all the Boston butts and everything seasoned up. Actually, I need to go ahead and light a fire in this thing too. I've got to go out there in the pouring rain and get my wood that's covered up under a tarp and kind of reposition this to get it out of this blowing rain. But enough yakking, let's cook. I don't even know if y'all are going to be able to hear me with all this rain. But all I do is start with just a tiny little handful of Instant Light charcoal. Basically bake me a little log cabin. I'll light this up, let it start burning down into big chunks, and then I'll start adding wood periodically. It's getting with it out there. So needless to say, the drought that we've been in, I think it's done. Luckily, no bad wind with this storm, very little lightning. So it's just been rain, rain, rain. That's one way I'm gonna get a storm, that's the way I want it. All right, so look at the size of this ham. I love smoking hams, and we actually like to vacuum seal the meat, just like we do all of our vegetables. So I have got a slicer, and I'll actually cut hunks of this off after I smoke it. We'll run it through the slicer, and we vacuum seal sandwich meat for later, and then I'll save some of the hunks and bone and put in things like, you know, beans and just other types of dishes. But what I don't like is the amount of fat that comes on these hams nowadays. Fat to me is going to block all the smoke and flavor from getting in. I like to leave some on to kind of baste it and keep it moist. But just huge hunks like this, there's no way smoke and stuff's going to get in there. So I always like to trim some of the fat off my hams. So I just went outside because I didn't have any water. And somehow the breaker tripped on my pump last night. I don't know if it's all the rain, maybe got into the points. We didn't really get much lightning last night. But anyways, it kicked right back on. But while I was there, I just dumped 5 inches out of the rain gauge. So we've got 5 inches of rain overnight. Actually more, because it was overflowing. So I don't know how much we wound up getting. So that's crazy. My drought is quickly vanishing. So we'll see how much more rain that we get through the day. Alright, that's about the way I like to do it. I can just start seeing some meat coming through. So like I said, I'll leave just enough fat for basting. And let me tell you something, I'm no professional. I just smoke at home. I don't read up a whole lot on it. If there's one thing I know about smoking meat, people can get uptight about it. Everybody has a million different ways of doing it. This is just the way I do ours. We like the way it tastes. So to me, mustard is one of the best spices there is. I based everything that I smoke with mustard. And the reason I like doing that is because it allows my seasoning to stick really well to it. Plus, I think once the mustard actually evaporates, the liquid and all goes off, it leaves a fantastic spice and flavor on there. And if you're one of those type of people that you don't like mustard, don't worry, it does not taste like mustard at all by the time you get done smoking. I've never had anybody ask, you know, is there mustard on this? It tastes like mustard. No. Once you're done, it's good. So I just squirt mustard on there, put a nice thin layer. Like I said, it's got spices and all in it, but I really like that it allows all my spices to stick to it now. So we use, Tiffany loves this Grill Mate Applewood rub. Again, I know there's a million ones out there and you can make your own, but hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. This tastes excellent. We use it on all of our hams, butts, and ribs. We really like it. We stumbled across it years ago, so you know, we're not going to change it up. I like to put this on pretty thick. Alright, now that ham is ready for the smoker. I'll move on to these Boston butts. All right, y'all, this is the first time today, I kid you not, it has stopped raining. It's late afternoon. So we're gonna take one quick peek. I don't usually do this. I don't wanna stall it, but oh my goodness, look at there. Look at that, oh my goodness. Normally I'll go ahead and wrap them in tinfoil right here, but it's so windy and I just can't catch a break. I'm just gonna let them go all the way up to the temp I like right there. So let's get this closed, what we call as a stall. Now, one of the main reasons I run out here is we are going to do fried okra with this meal tonight. We love it. And this is the first time today, like I said, it has stopped to where I can actually get out here. I have already dumped, let's see here, I dumped 5 inches of rain out my gauge this morning when we first woke up, and it's a 5-inch gauge, so it was overflowing. I don't know how much rain we got last night. Dang, that's tight. A little while ago, I went and dumped 3 inches of rain out. Now there's already almost 2 in there again. I don't know where we're at. We're probably at 10 plus inches of rain. Wow. I haven't been out here and seen the okra in a whopping 1 day, and it is so tall, it's crazy. So I'm rambling on and talking fast because more rain is coming. This gap will not be here long. So let's go ahead and get the okra that we need for supper. Oh my goodness, and peppers are huge. Focus, don't get distracted. All right, quite a bit of okra on that one, not quite ready. Already got a few pods inside in the refrigerator, so all I need is a few more. Here comes the rain again. All right, so it's producing more and more each day. I have several more pods in the bucket. But these are some nice, beautiful okra right here. I really don't like them getting much bigger than this. These are still nice and soft, but you start flirting with them, turning rock hard. They're no good at that point. I'm seeing lightning, hearing thunder, see some dark clouds coming. We've got to get out of here. I would love to show you all the rest of the garden. I see beans and stuff everywhere. It looks great, but I got to beat this rain. All right, so it's still out there pouring rain. It's late afternoon. The meat is almost done. I've had it going all day long just due to the size of those butts. So I'm taking my okra and just cutting it up into frying chunks. That's all I'm looking for is chunks just like that. We're going to put it in a Ziploc bag with some flour, salt, pepper, and garlic. Batter it up, fry it. I love fried okra. We don't eat fried foods often because my stomach just doesn't agree with it, and we just try to avoid fried foods in general. But fried okra is fantastic. We also love to saute it up in a pan with some garlic and onions. It's great that way. All right, y'all, so it's been raining for 2 days. I want to show y'all, we just got our heaviest rain yet. Wow. So there is ponds out here in the yard. There is water all underneath here. This is my building now. It's been raining for 2 days, but look at this. I am under 1 inch, 2 inches of water. I mean, look at the way this is flowing. Wow. This is the most rain by far that we have got. And it's been raining for 2 days. And this is actually, looking at the radar, the last of the tropical storm, but I'm underwater. We are at least a good honest 10 inches out of a rain gauge. My rain gauge was overflowing. I mean, I'm looking at ponds out here that I have never seen water before. I think we got over 1 foot of rain here in the last 48 hours, so crazy.
I told Andrew that we need to go out there since all that water came, and we need to go look at all the water in the woods and listen to the frogs, because we can hear them from up here and they sound really loud. I know y'all probably can't hear them up here, but we'll see if we can hear them when we're in there. Yeah, I don't know if y'all can hear with this little camera, but there is frogs everywhere out there in our woods since the rain has stopped for really the first time today. They're just going crazy. We can hear them up here, and it's just unreal. So we may take a little ride to the edge of the woods. Probably not gonna go out in it, just for yellow flies and mosquitoes. But this is the first time in probably 2 days the rain stopped. So we're gonna go take a quick look and let you listen to all these frogs. Oh my goodness, y'all, listen to this. Y'all, I'm telling you, just the other day I came here and this was probably 6 to 7 foot lower than it is now. If y'all think we didn't get some water, look at that. We've got a waterfall on the property now. Yeah. Babe, we're filling up your swimming pool. I'm seeing the frogs jump in the water.
Yeah.
They are loving this.
Oh, man. You can hear the frogs everywhere. I've never personally seen this. It's just a testament to how much water we've got in the last few hours. Actually, just the last hour was the heaviest rain of the 2 days. We're probably approaching 1 foot of rain in the last 48 hours. I mean, it's nuts. I wish it ran like this all the time. I'd come put a hammock down here and sleep by this. Wow, look at this. Holy moly, it's coming in the Ranger. Our pond is slap full, but listen to this. Tell y'all what, before I run outside and we take care of these old fried okras and all that Boston butt, look at here. We're already cooking for the next day. That is some of my venison shoulder, or actually ham, from last year. And we are going to do a kind of au jus, and what do you call this, babe?
French dip sandwiches.
Yeah, French dip sandwich. So we put it on sub rolls with provolone cheese. So in case y'all are wondering, don't worry about us. We eat pretty good. Woo, we losing light fast. Fresh fried okra. We haven't had this since, heck, I can't remember when. We bought okra out of the grocery store, but I haven't had okra in the garden in what? It's been a few years now that I think about it. With all the moving and living back and forth between two properties, I haven't been able to grow a garden in the last few years, so this is a treat. Look right here. I mean, this stuff just pulls apart with a fork. It is so juicy. Looks so good. Look at that smoke ring in it. That is what I want to see. This stuff looks like a brisket. I mean, just pull it out with a fork, no problem. Let Tiffany try this piece right here. Okay, I'm gonna let her try that piece I just pulled out. Now it might be a bit hot, she might have to blow on it for a second, but oh my goodness, I've done tried some. It's so good. It is so good. I mean,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
This has been a long time.
Oh, it's been a long time coming. I know this looks like a lot. We're not eating all this right now. You know, we slice it up, we vacuum seal it, and we eat it over the next several weeks, several months. But I know it looks burnt on the outside. It's not.
It does not even taste burnt.
I mean, look, I can just pull the meat out with a fork.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to slice.
It is gonna be hard to slice. We're gonna let it cool down. Oh. All right. So you may notice it is the next day. This is typically how we do our butts. If we can't let them cool off overnight, stick them in the refrigerator, let them cool off. It makes the meat more firm, which in my opinion is easier to slice. Also, not cooking it all the way up to 200 degrees or 190 where it shreds. That helps with slicing too. So what I'm gonna do is cut big hunks off. This does have bone in, so I've got to cut around that. We're gonna slice it. We've already done made us up some pre-made vacuum seal packages, and we'll put enough in there for like 2 to 4 sandwiches. In the future, we'll just pull this out of the freezer. You've got smoked Boston butt ready to go to put on a sandwich, and we're also going to cut the ham up too. So all that is ready for future use. So it's just that simple. This was a pretty cheap deli slicer too, and I've had it for years. It's never let me down. Look at that. Nice Boston butt. See that smoke ring that was in it? So it's ready to go for future use. Now we'll just throw it in a bag, vacuum seal it up.
Well, that's all there is, and I always like to double seal it just in case that seal, you know, separates a little bit, and we like to keep this, you know, really fresh by making sure of that.
Alright, well, we've got our little bit of a plate made. It's done got laid on us tonight. The big old Boston butts took forever to cook, but you done seen the nice little smoke ring in it. I'm happy with that. I mean, this stuff is just falling apart. You pull it apart with a fork.
A plastic fork at that.
Yeah, a plastic fork too. I mean, it's just, yeah, like she's saying, it's just crazy. So we're going to say a quick blessing. Here's that old fried okra. She likes hers burnt way more than mine. So I've got mine crispy enough. But we'll say a quick blessing, eat some, and we'll wrap this video up. All right. We'll try me a little piece right here. I tell you what, it's so hard to screw a Boston butt up, especially with all the fat that's in them. Oh, they're so good. You can cook them. I could have cooked it for hours longer. Had I known these were this big, I'd probably got up at daylight this morning. Here's the biggest Boston butts I've ever cooked. I just cooked them for, I think, 9 hours. Could have went another 30, 40 degrees longer if I wanted to shred them and make pulled pork. But we like a firm meat for the sliced pork. And cutting it off in chunks like this, just the way we prefer it. We'll try some of these okras, our first fresh okra in a long, long time, because we haven't had a garden the last few years, back and forth between this property and the other. I love fresh okra.
I know you were scaring me when you told me the ants possibly got into them. I was like, oh gosh.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I look forward to in a garden is the okra.
She loves the okra, and I love the sweet corn. So if y'all been watching the channel, what she's talking about, you know, the ants were like literally cutting down my okra stalks and just cutting them over like they were a logging crew. But I worked on them pretty hard with a bunch of different natural remedies. I got them drove out mostly. Now the stalks are that big, and if they cut them down, that means it's going to take a beaver now. So we're good to go. I still see some ants in the garden, but that's okay. So much okra's putting on now. The stalks are so big, we're good to go. So with that said, I think we'll wrap the video up. Yes. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. Leave comments if you do. We'll do random cooking videos like this from time to time. Hopefully y'all enjoyed us taking a quick break from the cooking, running around the property. We're very thankful for the rain. We got a lot of it, so I can do some more chores now. So, anything you want to say?
No.
All right.
Ready to eat?
Yeah, we're ready to eat. It's getting late. We got to go to work in the morning. So thank y'all so much for watching.